All right, guys, the Sega Genesis Mini is here. And of course, I had to get one. Now, I'm all excited about this. I actually went to my Best Buy early to get one. I guess this was coming out like the 19th. I thought it was the 20th. Anyway, I was at Best Buy like a week before, and I went into the store and I asked the one of the sales guys if they had them. The guy went into the back and he brought me out one. And this had to be maybe the 14th or the 11th, right? Yeah, it was the 14th because Friday the 13th. So he gives it to me, and we go up to pay for it, and he scans it, and it comes up 00. He scans it again, 00. He didn't know why. He had to go get another sales guy, who then eventually got a manager who told me that I wasn't able to buy it because they weren't able to sell it because it wasn't supposed to come out for a week. So I had it, and then I had to give it back. No big deal. Went back there. I guess it came out on like a Thursday. I went back there the following on a Sunday. So maybe a little bit more than a week. I get my hands on one. I'm excited. And I have it. And I'm showing you pictures of what it looks like. This is what it comes in. And it was great. The remote is good. It felt like a real Genesis remote. It was... This was really detailed, this little Sega Genesis, mini console. It was right. It was beautiful. And I like these little minis because my thing with these minis is I get them and I want to hack them, and that's what I wind up doing with this. But I get it home and I'm all excited and I hook it up and it craps out on me. It goes on. I don't know, I kind of get through the screen where you're able to select, like the languages, and then I go into the, games, plays for 2 minutes, boom, shuts down. No big deal. Could be my connection, it could be anything. It could be the HDMI, it could be the power, could be my TV. Rerun it again, turn it off, turn it on, double check all the wires, double check all the connections, behind the TV, behind the console, the whole bit. Turn it on again. It turns on again. Same thing. Goes through the menu. I'm able to select the languages and all that good stuff. Then I go to the game selection. I click on the first game. I'm able to play the first game for about 30 seconds. Boom, it shuts off for me again. Okay. One more time. Check everything again, because it could be anything. This is how these things work. Same thing. Turn it on, go through the selection, choose a game, lasts for about 35, 40 seconds. Boom, turns off. No signal, no power, no anything. And I'm like, But it's Best Buy. I got a receipt, so I'm sure I can return it and exchange it for another one, which is what I want to do. I paid like $80 for this. It was like 70, I don't know if it was $79.99. I think that's what it was. I do have the receipt, and with taxes it came out to $80, and I enjoyed it. It felt good. The Genesis controller is a great controller. It's one of my favorite controllers, that Genesis controller, and this is basically the same thing, the mold. I don't know if it has the same type of weight, and I don't think it does, and I do have my original Genesis sitting downstairs, I think in my basement somewhere. But this remote felt great. It felt fine. I really didn't get to play anything. No matter what game I picked, it would run for about 30 seconds and it would shut off. I didn't do any research to see if anybody else had these same problems. I've kind of seen the videos, and I saw that people were saying that there might have been a little bit of sound problems, things of that nature, whatever. But I will get another one. It looked really good. I like stuff like this. I kind of have all the minis, at least the ones that came out so far. I have the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo. I have the PlayStation, which I hacked. So I got like a couple of hundred PlayStation games on that, which is absolutely fantastic. I got the Commodore 64 Mini. I did videos on all these, so if you go back and check my videos, you can see my videos on all of them. And I got the Sega Genesis Mini, and I'm looking forward to the TurboGrafx 16 Mini, which is going to come out, I think, sometime next year. But whatever, I got to make my way back to Best Buy. Hopefully they'll have them. I don't think that Sega is going to these aren't going to be something that you're not going to be able to get, is what I'm saying. Like, it's not, you know, when the first run of the Nintendo Minis came out, it came out, you couldn't get them, and then they were re-released. I don't think Sega's going to do that. I'm pretty sure there's going to be more than enough for everyone. So I'm not too worried. And on top of that, I definitely want to add more games. Sega Genesis was a great system. That was a great system. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I'm like a grown man, and some of the games on here are actually fantastic. So I'm looking forward to getting it. I wanted to share that with you. Things like this happen, I guess, right? I mean, it is what it is. But like I said, the good part is that I know I can return it. When I buy things like this, I always keep my receipts. I keep them real tight just for this type of event where it's not working. And I think Best Buy has a 14-day return policy, so I'm not too worried. I got more than, you know, a week to go before I can return it, and I'll probably do that within the next day or so. But if you got your hands on a Sega Genesis Mini, definitely tell me what your experience is. My friends that have, got this, I'm talking like you think I'm talking about kids. I'm talking about grown men that have the Sega Genesis Mini. They like it. They love it. And the videos I've seen online, all got good reviews. I haven't really seen any bad reviews for this Sega Genesis Mini. And that even goes the same for like the Nintendo and the Super Nintendo Mini. They all got really good reviews. And I like these things. And if you have kids, that's even better. And they can just kind of pick up and, you know, go into it. And game selections are pretty good. So I'm excited still. I can't wait to get my new one. I'll hook it up. I'll put it next to all my others. And, I'll have some fun. It's definitely good to jump on one of these things where you do like, like a 20, 30-minute thing. And it's exciting. The other night, I hooked up my Sega Genesis Mini. It shit on me. And then for whatever, I packed it back up and I put it in the box. And I guess I was in the mood to play games. It was a Friday night or whatever, and it was late. And I turned on my Super Nintendo Mini, and I winded up playing Zelda, which is a game that I never played. I'm more of a beat 'em up. I like the boxing, I like the Punch Out, and I like RPGs and like those side-scrolling fighting type games, like I don't know, like a Ninja Turtle or an X-Men, stuff like that. Like Final Fight is a good game. I like that game. And Zelda was a game that I really never got into, but I chose Zelda on my menu, and I started to play the Super Nintendo Zelda. I think it's called Link's Awakening. I think that's what it's called. Whatever it is, I got into it. Totally loved it. I thought I was just going to screw around with it to see what it was, and I winded up playing it for an hour. And now I'm almost hooked. And I don't have a lot of time. I'm always running around. I'm working. I got a business that I run, and I don't have time for anything. And usually what happens with me is when I come home, it could be any sort of random hour, and basically whatever's in front of me is what I'm doing. So, whatever food is there, I'll grab it. I sit down, on my couch, and I'll turn the TV on. I'm not watching TV shows. I'm just scrolling through whatever's on at 10, 11, 12 o'clock at night, whatever time I hit the, hit the couch. And if something's there, it's there. And usually late at night, it's all like wacky stuff. I wind up watching, something like South Park more than anything, because it seems like it's always running, and it's always running late at night. But whatever, I turned on this Super Nintendo, totally into it. I was playing the game. I think I was going from like 11:30 to almost 1 o'clock in the morning. It was over an hour I was playing this Link. Absolutely enjoyed it. So I enjoy these little minis. I love them. I like the fact that I'm hacking them. I'm putting games on them that I probably never play. So, with my NES Mini, you have 800 games. And I think the Super Nintendo Mini, you could put like 300 games on it. I think it has the capacity to hold like half the library. You could do another hack too, that way it holds everything. But I'm not, when you have so many games, what winds up happening is you're just scrolling through stuff and picking something just to see what it is. And you play a little bit, then you get out of it. It's fun, but I never really delve into it. I never get really into a deep gameplay of anything because I'm just picking a game to see what it is, and I get out of it. And I pick another game. Oh, I've never seen this game before, and I go into that, and you play a little bit of it, and then you get out of that. So having a lot of games has its pluses, but at the same time, it's not like I just have that game. That's the game I'm playing, and I'm not like forced to get into it. But whatever, I enjoy it anyway. So I love all these little minis. I love all these games. I love that you can hack them. I think my next thing I would love to do is build a Raspberry Pi. I have a friend, and I actually got to dedicate time to it where we're going to make like a schedule. I'm going to actually sit down. I got to pull time out of my schedule. It's probably going to be on a weekend, and I'm going to dedicate a couple of hours to us just getting into like that Raspberry Pi type of build where I think I'm just going to do a straight. I don't know. Yeah, I want to get like systems that I haven't really messed with, and I'm talking about things like the Odyssey 2. Anybody knows about the Odyssey, and maybe a bunch of Game Boys and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to that. So that's my Sega Genesis mini video. I wish it worked because I'd be doing a video and showing you how it worked. But like I said, I turned it on, blasted for about 45 seconds, and then it went out. Who knows what it could be? I'm sure it's not a big deal, and I'll get a new one. And when I get the new one, I'll do a video on that, and I'll show you some of the gameplay of it. But you've probably seen it before. I mean, there's 1,000 videos of it, so all beautiful. I hope you guys are having a great day. October is coming, the best time of the year. October, November, hands down, best time of the year, best months. I don't care what you say. It's Halloween, Thanksgiving. We're going into Christmas. Best time. Actually, October, November, December, best 3 months of the year. I don't care what anybody says. Especially when people start decorating and things start, rolling out. I'm all for that. And that is it. Hope all is well. Talk to you guys soon. Love you. God bless you. Like, subscribe, comment, whatever. And I'll talk to you later. All right. Bye-bye.